Hey, I'm Jan, and I like to help people save money. How's everybody doing this afternoon? And as always, I hope that this audio video finds everybody doing well. Recently, as you guys know, I had my hair cut, and there's the video that goes to it. If you're new, you may want to check out to see me get my professional haircut. And I really like normally many times put myself on the back burner. So for me to agree to get the haircut, many times I'll just doctor it up and do my own trimming. And that's what I do mostly for frugal reasons and frugal choices. But I do believe in getting my hair professionally cut at least once to twice a year. Now, having said that, you're probably saying, well, what's this got to do with the haircut? Okay. Unfortunately, on the exact same day and moments before my anticipated visit from my hairstylist, um, there was very, very tragic news. I won't get into it. And I actually, even though I was sitting there, being polite, sweet, and friendly, my sweet hairstylist and, on camera and everything, in the back of my mind, that horrible unfolding story, which again, we won't get into the story itself, it kept like going through my mind throughout the whole haircut. And and I'm not even going to lie to you. I even mentioned this to a dear friend of mine. I said, I actually feel guilty for getting my hair cut. And then I told someone else, and that other person said to me, if you didn't get your hair cut, would that have changed that horrible situation that unfolded? And here's what I mean by all of this. There are times in life that things happen so far away. There is only one thing you can do, and it's the most powerful thing that you can do. And me as a personally as a believer, I believe the best thing that I can do in situations like that is pray. Because actually, technically, there's nothing I could do to erase that problem. I wish there were magic wands that I could just make, all the bad stuff in the world go away. But unfortunately, none of us have that kind of magic wand, because then I'm sure a lot of bad things in the world would be going away. So I'm looking back now at that. That was a good example of how I wonder how many listeners have ever experienced, someone in your life, you love them to pieces, they are undergoing a very tough time. And in the season in your life at that time, things may be going pretty much okay by you in your season, in your time, in your life. How do you feel? Have you ever felt slightly guilty that like things are going a-okay for you and someone you love tremendously, and then certain things you really just can't do anything about it beyond, well, the most powerful thing, of course, is the tool of prayer. But in addition to that, you may feel helpless or some other emotion. Has anybody out there ever felt really, really badly about that other person, that it almost consumes you and stops you from living your life? Let me tell you a little secret that I believe is true. I believe that even the people that you love that may be undergoing that tremendously horrendous situation, I don't think for one New York minute that those persons, people, loved one that loves you back, you love them and they love you back. I honestly don't believe for one New York City minute that they would want you to live your life sadly. So hopefully there's somebody that this message may be resonating to. I don't know why, but God put it in my head to share my story. That, like I said, you go back to that video and you see, smiling eyes and everything. And I was, for the most part, excited about, doing something for myself, because like I said, I normally don't, because of, these are the choices I make because I am frugal. But I put my foot down and says, okay, now it's time. And I actually thought when I made the phone call to my hairstylist, when I made the phone call, I thought I'd book it for like 2 weeks down the pike. And she was like, no, 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 I'll come tonight and everything, which was, very sweet, very kind, uh, because she knows me long enough to know that sometimes it might put things off on the back burner, if you will. But bad things, unfortunately, in our world are always going to happen. This means this, quite simply. We still need to live our lives. We still have to stay focused on the prize. And I think this way too. If we constantly put our attention on the woulda, coulda, shouldas, what could happen, what may happen, what might happen, and all the what ifs. Are you a what if thinker? I'm just wondering. Anybody listening, a what if kind of a thinker? Well, what if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? If you consume a lot of the majority of your day worrying about the what ifs of something that might remotely occur in the future, whether it's near future or not so distant future or even a year from now, do you realize that we will be wasting all the precious moments of the right nows? If we consume our mind too much, too far ahead, always thinking of woulda, coulda, shoulda, and maybe and what ifs, that's not a good place to be. Nor, conversely, is it a good place to be in the land of regret. Let's talk about that for a second. I'm going to pivot it a minute. What about the land of regret? You made a purchase you should not have made. You bought something you ended up not liking and couldn't even be taken back. You made decisions with money on the fly that ended up costing you a heck of a lot extra money that you did not anticipate. Maybe you messed up your budget all by accident. Who knows? Maybe your phone rang, the bell rang, distraction. That's why I'm a firm believer. If you're going to sit down, when you sit down, not if, when you sit down with your budget, it shouldn't be if, it should be a when. When you sit down with your monthly, and I believe the monthly budget, try to make it a period of time that will be your most efficient. If it's a quiet hour early in the morning, take that quiet hour, stolen quiet hour from the morning. If it's middle afternoon, the kids are in school, sit down with a cup of tea, take your time, whatever. You have to do things that suit you. Could that have changed anything on the day of my haircut? No. Unfortunately, getting a haircut in New York has absolutely nothing to do with certain, world events. This is why I say, watch the news. Yes. Get an idea of what is going on. Can you fix anything that's going on? Probably not. More than likely not. Should that steal your joy? If your joy is stolen, how can you focus on your own family? How can you focus on yourself to do a good job every day? Don't live in the land of regret. Don't live in the land of woulda, coulda, shoulda. Don't live in the land of, oh, what if, what if, what if? No. Take everything one day at a time. Limit your news exposure. Get what you need to know, but don't dwell on it. And the things like, if this is a situation like where you could send a cash donation, like there was a devastating tornado months back in Kentucky. Remember that? I'm just bringing this up as an example. I wanted to donate to my favorite organization, one of my favorites. And I did. And that was my way of helping. That made me feel better. But I can't fix the world, and neither can you. Prayer is the most powerful tool. Say your prayer, do your best, and live your life as much as you can. And try to do it with a smile. I know today's show is a little on the serious side, because you know me, I like to laugh a lot. But some things, it's just not a laughing matter. And some things absolutely need addressing. And yes, it can affect your finances. Emotions can affect your finances if you make wrong decisions because you're consuming your mind on all the woulda, coulda, shouldas, regrets, and what ifs. Try to wash all that negativity out of your brain. I wish there was some sort of disinfectant that we could put inside our mental mind and say, I'm going to mentally wash this out of our brains. Hey, maybe we could. That's what prayer and that's what music is for, in my honest opinion. There you go. And that's my message for today. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. I really appreciate you. If you got some value from this audio video, please let YouTube know by pressing the like button. If you'd like to help someone else out, perhaps, please don't hesitate to share. And if you haven't subscribed yet, if you listened to this whole audio tape, you still didn't click on subscribe, what are you waiting for? Take good care, everybody. Have an amazing, fantastic day. I want to close out the show with a wave. Have an amazing, fantastic day. Take good care. Bye-bye.